1, 2, 3, action. What's up guys, Fahan here and with Fahmi once again.
What's up guys?
And part 2 of Zah's engine overhaul. Zah is not here today because he's working. So what have you guys been doing for on Saturday?
Okay, so basically the other day that he came, we opened up most of the engine parts already. Actually all the engine parts we opened up already lah. The progress so far that we do off camera is to change the engine bearings, cleaning up the engine casing, and we bore the block, valve grinding. All these that we've been done off camera lah. So basically today we're going to cover the parts about fixing back everything into one piece, into one engine lah.
Right, so I noticed your mechanic already got started.
Yeah, my mechanic already at the back doing the valve. Hopefully everything is good. And once we test all the valve, there's no leakage, everything, we can actually fix back everything back together. Okay, so we already did the intake side of the valve spring. Now we need to do the exhaust side. So we already grind and polish everything, sandpaper, everything. Nice. The valve already been grinded. Time to put back everything lah. As you can remember, the last time Zah's valve was bent. That's why everything needed to be changed. Okay, so I'm just checking the spring to make sure that it's at the right orientation, so I can put back everything in a nice order. Push this in. Okay. Right. That's good.
So why you put the spark plug?
Okay, because I want to close up every hole.
Oh, I see.
To check lah. Make sure that there's no leakage or anything. So when I fix back the cylinder head, right, the head is good to go lah. There's no leakage, there's no engine oil leak. So that if got leak, right, then your bike cannot idle, cannot start. Then we must open back everything. So usually I will check everything before I close. Make sure it's all good, then we can close the thing. So right now I'm just gonna pour some liquid inside.
This is water lah basically.
By right cannot use lah, but by left can lah. Usually people use petrol lah.
Oh my god. No wonder.
But I'm not going to leave it here for quite some time. I'm just going to do a fast check. For the cylinder head, we already do a review. So as you guys know from the first part, Zah's valve is already bent. So we changed to a new valve, new intake valve, new exhaust valve. We already grind, we already do the leak test, everything is done. Spring all loaded back in already, camshaft is still okay. Okay, so now it's time for us to fix everything back up and make sure that everything is good to go.
From China, You see Zah, all for you, Fahmi go and do, See Fahmi already now got other thing to do, Because of you, he fixed your bike.
So many things must do. I stop all my work for Zah only.
Okay, so this is the engine cover lah. Is it?
This is the crankcase.
The crankcase, yes. So now I saw you put the bearings already,
Yeah, so before we do anything all, the bearing, everything all we put to change to brand new.
Change the brand new,
So yeah, brand new bearing lah.
Then what's this? The crankshaft. Wow, all new one, from China, imported. Gearbox you just reused from the previous one lah.
Yeah. Not much problem lah, but there is cases where for new young bike, there's the gearbox problem. So, but we already inspected the gearbox, not an issue for this case. So we put it back together. So that's how you put back your gearbox. So for gearbox, hard to explain. You can actually go YouTube to see how gearbox transmission work. And it's actually very cheap lah.
Very cheap,
Like a layman term. We actually putting back everything back together, like how we open up in part 1. So the fun part is to figure out where it needs to go where.
It's like a puzzle lah.
So but usually there's indication lah.
Oh, I see.
You know where is the parts that you need to put, which place, where. So for me, I most of the time I know
Where is it?
comes with experience.
Yeah, because how many Wuyang engines have you done?
I done quite a few real engine. I can say quite common.
Quite common, eh?
Quite common for real engine to need to be overhauled. It's not something that you can be shocked about. So now what I'm doing is putting back all the gear fork in. This is the transmission drum. Okay, then there's the gearbox. So once you put everything in, I will usually do a check to make sure that everything can turn properly. Okay, there's no miss gear or what. So when I change gear,
oh, so that's how you change gear lah.
yeah. So this is how the gear usually will be changed.
Wow, interesting, eh?
When you kick the gear pedal, all of this will be moved. But very hard. Cannot use the hand. This is the shift shock. Some bike can use the hand, some bike cannot. Okay, but the most important thing that the gear is free. You must test properly, then you can see the movement. When you turn, all the shift shock is moving. So all good. The next step is to close back everything and make sure that it's all in a good working condition. Okay. So what I need to do now is to put a gasket maker and cover the other side. Okay, so let's do that. So this is the
Yo, dia nak cameo ah. Nak cameo.
this is the gasket maker. So basically I'm just going to put a very thin layer of gasket maker on the engine casing. So when it goes back, there's no leakage all this.
No, so I thought the gasket is like one piece of shit.
Yeah, for some bikes, like especially KTM, right, they have their own gasket for the crankcase. But for like Honda and Yamaha, usually they don't come with it. So we must do and make our own gasket. So this one is actually like your normal gasket lah. But so you make your own self.
Oh.
It's like it's exactly the same thing lah. But this one is use a gasket maker. Like this one I'm using a Prometheus Ultra Black oil resistant gasket maker to make the gasket. So what I do is I like draw everything outline to make sure that all the areas of the surface of the crankcase have gasket maker.
So if oil leak, you have to take out and do all over again. Oh, leceh man.
That one big headache But so far all the bike I do no oil leak from the crankcase No oil leak. So because we make sure every inch of the crankcase I put gasket, I won't be stingy with the gasket. Because the work need to open up again, it will be troublesome for us. Once the engine, I already put the gasket maker, I will double check the gearbox is good, the shift fork is good, crankshaft is good, the balancer shaft is good, drum is good, I didn't miss anything, then I can close already.
Alright.
For the closing part, is actually very straightforward lah. So once the engine casing is back in, we just need to screw everything back in to its original place. So I'm just going to put all the screws back to its place, and I can actually start to tighten it up once everything is in. Now what I'm going to do, right, I'm just going to tighten it in a crisscross pattern. So I'm not going to torque it yet. I'm just going to tighten it like a hand tightness. Then I'm going to slowly work my way with the top. Usually I will top everything into the specs. For now we're going to top around 10 mm of top to every bolt lah. So we're going to slowly work our way around.
So it's evenly close lah.
On a specific value, it will give you a click.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
So that's a click. So once that's you achieve that, you can actually stop. You won't go any further. So when you handle with a top wrench, it's important that you don't drop your top. top wrench.
Oh.
Your top wrench, if you work with your boss, right, your boss confirm will scold you.
Because it's expensive, is it?
It's an expensive tool lah. It's an expensive tool. Some top wrench can go up to $800 for you.
$800, eh?
Yeah. So once I top everything, I just do a double check. I go one round, make sure everything is spec, and I never miss any bolt. So now I'm going to put the engine back to the engine stand, so that I can load from here. I would like to use the pedal. So my practice is I will start with the clutch side first, to fix it back, and from this top, then from the back side. That's how I like to do my work. So for now, you can see the crankshaft is already in, the gearbox is inside, the shaft is inside. So we need to fix back everything back into its original location. So let's do this.
Yes. Oh my gosh, look at the array of gears, man. How would you know where goes where, man?
I think because of I used to it already, so when I see one, I know where it's supposed to be. This is the oil pump.
New oil pump, huh?
Yeah, the new oil pump. So this is the old one. So I have a habit of changing to a new oil pump because this oil pump will fail also sooner or later.
Will fail sooner or later.
When you overhaul, it's best to just change. There's one more thing also that you need to clean.
Which is?
Okay, so basically sometimes Yamaha bike they have oil filter, right? Honda usually they don't come with any oil filter, but they have this thing called oil strainer.
Oil strainer.
There you go. It's always a good practice to just see there's so many metal bits.
So this one must open the crankcase, then need to...
You must open the clutch side.
Oh, must open the clutch side, I see.
Then you can see all the things. There you go. That's
Nice.
okay. So right now, we're going to put back
All of the gear.
pump gear.
All pump gear.
There's a marking timing marking for it to make sure that it's aligned with the other gear. Crankshaft gear. So this is the balancer. So I already fixed back most of the gear part. So I'm going to put back the clutch housing in. Just gonna pour a bit of engine oil on the clutch plate to lubricate most of the clutch plate. It's a good practice lah. You just soak it in a bit only lah, not too much lah.
Because anyway, eventually you're gonna put EO on it.
So because sometimes we leave it outdoors, right, for quite some time. So it's best to just put some lubricant in there lah. Right now this is all done. So I'm gonna fix the top side.
The cylinder head lah.
Yeah, so as you can see all the gasket meter, it's now all.
Yeah.
This is a piston that we...
A new piston.
New piston. A bit oily lah, my hand oily. Okay?
Wow.
We actually rebore.
And you rebore the cylinder head also.
Yeah. The block, this is the block.
The block, cylinder block, sorry.
So we go
Cylinder head, this one, yeah.
Cylinder head.
This one lah, this one.
This one.
Oh, that one. Oh, that one.
A few piston ring. There's a oil ring and a compression ring. So we're gonna fix both in. First and foremost, I'm gonna put the oil ring in first. Usually there's
ridges.
You can see lah. There's the N side.
Oh,
There's the U side.
okay.
So usually I will take the N side. Make sure it's letter. When I install it, I see a letter N. Letter N on the oil ring. The reason being why, right? so that when the oil goes up your piston, it will come back down. Yeah, it will not go up. But some mechanics say it doesn't matter, but I just put like because I got bad experience before lah. But I already installed everything, then because of this, leak here, leak there.
Alamak.
Then problem lah. So if you want to know how to install a piston, right, you can actually go to my TikTok as well. I got this.
Promote TikTok ah.
So this is how you install your piston ring. The next step is to put it
On the
crankshaft.
crankshaft. So, oh my gosh.
We're going to put the piston clip in. We have put one side of the clip in. So you must also take note that the intake side of the piston and the exhaust side. So make sure the intake side is on the intake side lah.
No, the different sides. I see.
It cannot be like that lah.
Okay.
The intake facing the intake side.
Ah.
What is intake means the fuel intake. You need to lock it. Cloth, because I need to put the other piston clip on the other side. Now both sides is locked. That's how piston is not going anywhere.
Yeah. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. I can install the timing chain guide the other side. Remember we have a broken timing chain guide. So before we put the block in, I'm going to spread some oil in the block. Oh, there's too much. A little bit in here.
Okay.
I'm just going to spread some oil in the block. The reason being why is that now that I want to put the block in, right, there will be not much issue.
I
So
see.
you must be careful to squeeze the piston wheel in first before you can. There you go.
Wow. Quite easy, yeah?
Looks easy lah because I do so many times already. So it's actually, if you first timer, it's going to be quite a challenge lah.
Yeah, because you must line up the piston and the block.
So just going to wipe everything off. So now that I already put the block in, remember the other day we have a broken timing chain guide.
Yes.
So
The new one is over here. Oh my god, it's actually white in colour.
Yeah.
It's actually white in colour. The one that Zah have, the old one is red in colour. See Zah, now this is the one that caused the problem. Now fully repaired already. It's all the intake manifold, is it?
Yes, the intake manifold does it.
Okay, so the fuel comes in here, and then the spark plug ignites the fuel, creating an explosion, pushing down the piston, and this is where the exhaust comes out lah. So it's a repeated process.
So just going to give a little bit of knob to make sure everything sits in correctly, tight. So once that's done, I can proceed to all the other stuff.
Oh. Caesar, new gasket for you, no? From where? Wuyang Honda, Guangzhou. Oh, the timing chain. Yes, timing chain. Okay, so this one I want to see. So that's how you align it.
Just want to put it in place.
Wah, this one big headache if like macam spoil . So this timing chain is the one that apa tu? Create the apa ni?
Skip the timing.
Keep the timing of the piston, is it?
The open and the close of the valve.
Oh, open and close.
Synchronize with the piston.
Sorry guys, not much of a mechanic or an automotive student, so we got an aerospace engineer to explain everything.
So I like to double check everything first, make sure most of the things are in before I close it up. So for this, I'm talking all the bolts, the 35 mm. So make sure that everything is installed. Okay, all is good. Alright.
Okay, the exhaust seal is already on, so that it means up to NEA compliance. Don't summon, eh?
So now we are actually going to put like the pocket for the cam, but I'm just going to put this here first.
Oh, okay.
Because I need to find the timing also for this one. There's timing for everything.
Timing for everything, eh?
Yeah. So I'm just looking for the top dead center.
Oh.
Usually. I got the top dead center now. I need to align everything with the timing of the timing chain.
Right.
So that there's no timing skip. Usually when you finding the timing, you don't need to rush. You find it slow and steady. So since I already find the top dead center, I just want to confirm whatever I found just now is the top dead center. So there's a timing mark at the camshaft pocket. So what I usually do is just to put a screwdriver inside the spark plug hole, and I just turn to make sure that I'm having the top dead center.
I see.
So in this case, I think I'm spot on. First try, spot on.
Wow.
This is from almost start to almost finish, where we start from the engine bearing to the oil seal to the crankshaft to the piston block, valve, timing chain. Only left is to put in the timing chain tensioner and all the magnet, housing and all. So once we have that all in, I can say that we finish everything into the engine. So like just also we already put on the clutch side, all the gears and the clutch housing and the oil punish. Okay, so once we have that done, right, the next step to do is to do your valve clearance. Okay, so I think in the next video we're going to show you how to do your valve clearance.
So guys, it's not over. There's part 3, yeah. Valve clearance, as Fahmi mentioned, valve clearance and putting the engine back in Zah's bike lah. So I have to come back here tomorrow and finish this. Yeah, thanks Fahmi for showing, man.
Thank you, bro.
And
how long? Quite long we took.
quite long. This is part 3, no? 3 parts, no? This video, crazy, man. Never before in this series. Yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
Give me all of your life.